all these contract extension news is really getting out of control. There's a lot of things that we as Chelsea Football Club, we've got to do better in order to get back to the top echelons of Premier League football, challenging for titles. Not only you need talent, obviously, you need to play well, but your mannerism as a football club needs to change. Your behaviors as to what you do outside of football. And contract extensions have become a bit of a thorn in our life at the moment. You've got contract extensions of Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta, and then you've got upcoming next season of Jorginho and Kante, Mason Mount contract situation. That's a positive news that Chelsea want to get into the front foot. But it's starting to really annoy me now. I mean, we're going to look into Antonio Rudiger's situation. Apparently, he's been offered a new contract with a certain amount of money per week. But I'm getting fed up now. I mean, we need to understand what is required for us to move forward. We need to have a direct idea as to, okay, this is what we need, and then execute it. But it seems like we keep failing to do this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about contract extension, more specifically around Antonio Rudiger, a little bit about Azpilicueta as well. Don't want to touch too much on Andreas Christensen at the moment because the situation on that looks like Christensen's going to leave. But Antonio Rudiger's situation is, we're now nearly at the end of February. And it was from January when we had the positive news that, Chelsea's looking to have conversations with him, and Antonio Rudiger is very positive to stay as well. I feel that's still the case, but I don't understand why Chelsea is dilly-dallying around this. I really don't get it. If you believe Antonio Rudiger is going to be a cornerstone to your successful future, and he's going to be one of the main components to move forward, why don't you just finalize this ASAP? Why are you dilly-dallying around with X amount of money per week? Just make him feel that he is the man. Make him feel that he is the man, because at this point, there are so many other players that are earning more than Antonio Rudiger who probably don't deserve to earn that much. And it's really frustrating. I mean, I'm not having a go at some of these players because they did what they have to do to earn the kind of money that they need to, and the agents have done a fantastic job. But we didn't hesitate to give Callum the kind of money that he's earning. We didn't hesitate to give Timo Werner the kind of money he's earning. We didn't hesitate to give Romelu Lukaku the kind of money he's earning. I don't understand why it's an issue when it comes to Antonio Rudiger. There's a report not that long ago saying that 200,000 is probably the benchmark. You get around that particular vicinity, you should probably get that done. Yet, here we are. Chelsea's dilly-dallying around with 170,000 per week. Yes, sure, that makes Rudiger the highest paid defender, but that still, I don't think, is good enough. He is by far the best player under Thomas Tuchel. Since Thomas Tuchel took over, I don't think I can name another better player than Antonio Rudiger. He probably comes right on top of the list. He's become world-class under Thomas Tuchel. I honestly cannot think of any other defenders right now that are better than Antonio Rudiger. Now you can throw the situation that, but he plays in a back three. What about in a back two? In recent times, he has played in a back two as well. Against Spurs a few times, a few other teams as well. And he's shown that he can do that. There's a massive sense of maturity in Rudiger's play at the moment. Thomas Tuchel wants this guy. He's literally knocking on the board's door to get this done. This particular situation will have trickle effect, domino effect. You get a player like Rudiger signed up and get that contract done and dusted, it lifts the morale. It creates more clarity towards future. Much like when Thiago Silva signed the contract extension not that long ago. I honestly find this whole situation frustrating that we need to March 2022, and only there's 3 months to go before the season ends, and we still can't get Rudiger's situation right. It's almost as if to say we're not sure. What is stopping us? It's been more than a year that Antonio Rudiger has shown fantastic performances. He's shown his top form for a prolonged amount of time. And I can't picture it changing. I mean, are Chelsea just worried that what if this goes pear-shaped? He is, 28, 29, give him a 5-year contract, whatever the case is, on a high wage. What if he starts flopping next season? Why are we thinking like that? This isn't a situation with Danny Drinkwater, or this isn't a situation with Ross Barkley. Those transfers were problematic from the get-go. No fans got really excited when those players were signed. And those guys are living on just earning the money and doing nothing. Danny Drinkwater has been taking Chelsea paychecks for the past 4 seasons. Has not even featured for Chelsea. It's almost as if we've made so many mistakes in our life, now we're too scared to make the right decision. We're so precautionary at the moment. We're scarred. It's like we're scarred. But in order to get over this situation, that doesn't mean that you now be hesitant when there is the right scenario. You have to back yourself. You still got to make sure you do the right thing on the right occasion. You don't stay scared. That's what it feels like. We didn't do any transfer business in January because we weren't confident with our own selves. We weren't confident with our scouts. We weren't confident with any of our decisions. There's a lot of hesitation in the board. Mannerism has to change. If we want to start operating and start competing against Liverpool and City, our mannerism as an organization needs to change. It really does. This is the latest news, ladies and gentlemen. PYS via Matt Law. Antonio Rudiger has been offered a fresh offer of £170,000 a week to stay at Chelsea. I just don't think, someone who's at the prime of his career, Antonio Rudiger, one of the best, if not the best defender in world football at the moment. I look at him as a leader. I honestly see him as a captain of Chelsea Football Club. We're going to talk about Azpilicueta very soon, but once Azpi goes, I cannot think of another better captain for Chelsea Football Club than this man. He is literally, his Chelsea is in his heart. It runs through his blood. The way he celebrates, the way he squares up against opposition. What is it that's bothering Chelsea to offer in the vicinity of 200,000 a week? 190, let's say, 195. I reckon 190,000 gets the job done. Rudiger has been offered a new deal in the region of 170,000 a week, which would make him the highest paid defender in club's history. No sign of an end to the standoff between Chelsea and Christensen. Barça increasingly confident of signing Azpilicueta. Chelsea would have to make Antonio Rudiger the highest paid defender in Premier League to keep him. Highest paid defender in the Premier League. I've got no issues with that. I promise you I've got no issues with that. He deserves to be the highest paid defender in the Premier League. Tell me which Premier League defender that would probably go in front of him at the moment. Could probably say maybe Ruben Diaz, Virgil van Dijk, but he probably comes in the same caliber as them. I don't think they're above him. Antonio Rudiger not only brings leadership within the team, but outside of football as well, he's a role model to the youngsters. So many of the Chelsea youth products look up to him as a father figure. All of this has value. Since Tuchel took over, I don't even think Rudiger has been in any sort of controversy as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. All the controversy was during Frank Lampard. And that was Matt Law driven as well. I can't recall anything since Tuchel took over. And if we are serious about backing Tuchel, let's start with this. Let's get this done. Give him something to be happy about, moving into the next season. Knowing that, okay, I've got this man. He's someone I'm going to build around the team. He'll be the leader. I don't get it. I really don't understand. For me, he's a captain material. You guys let me know what you think in regards to Antonio Rudiger. But it's just annoying, the fact that we're still dilly-dallying around this situation. It's absolutely bothering me. We're taking far too long to get this done. That's my personal view. Latest from Fabrizio Romano in regards to César Azpilicueta. Barcelona have offered César Azpilicueta a 2-year deal with option to extend for a further season. Talk started in December, but Barça are still waiting for Azpilicueta to make final decision. Chelsea hope for Azpi to stay, but still no communication on player side. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is done. I think Azpilicueta is probably going to leave Chelsea Football Club. I mean, there's so much talk about Jules Koundé to come to Chelsea. We're still pursuing him. And in recent times for Sevilla, he's been playing as a right back. For France, he plays as a right back as well. I know that's not his preferred. He likes to play in the center of the defense as a center back, center half. But the fact that he can also play as a right back, and couple that with the rise of Chalobah, and then you've got Reece James coming back, I don't see how there is a spot for Azpilicueta anymore in this particular squad. Yeah, he could stick around as a squad member if that's what he wants, but I don't think that's what Azpilicueta wants. He wants to play on a regular basis still. He still believes that he's got the game. World Cup's just around the corner, and this will probably be his last World Cup, and he needs to play football. The only way you're going to play football is you got to play regularly for your club. Barcelona, 2-year deal with the option to extend for a further season, that sets him up for his future, for his family. There's a lot to think about here. 1-year contract, I think, is what Chelsea has offered. It leaves the future up in the air. And these footballers, at the end of the day, they've got to think about their family as well. This, ladies and gentlemen, feels like it's going to happen. It could be Azpilicueta's last season. And you know what? I'm okay with that. He's a legend of the football club. Someone said that there should be a statue of, Azpilicueta outside of Stamford Bridge. I'm all up for that. I know there probably should be statues of other players as well, and I'm all up for that as well. But yes, he's probably a statue contender. But if this is his last season, I hope we can win as many trophies as we can for him before he departs. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Do you want to keep Azpilicueta around for maybe another season? It'll be very difficult. He needs to play football, and it's not always going to be possible with players that we're linked with, up-and-coming players like Chalobah. Reece James will be back as well. I think this is probably the last season of Azpilicueta. But let me know what your thoughts are in all the couple of news that we've talked about, especially Rudiger one. I would love to hear what you have to say, because it's starting to annoy me how we can't get this done. And if we screw that up, we've already failed Thomas Tuchel, in my perspective. In order to back him, we need to be able to get these contract extensions done and dusted. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Do look out for the match preview against Palace later tonight. Most probably going to be a live stream. So hope to see you all. Until then, see ya.